Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sacramento Kings franchise. Today is the day we're going to get another draft pick in the book. And we're also going to go through all the free agency, which usually goes pretty fast just because, for the most part, it's just, me going over the roster changes. So it'll take a long time for me in real life, but as for you guys, it should not be too long of an episode, maybe 30 minutes, around the usual amount of time. Now, to go over the draft class a bit, we will obviously go into it in a bit more detail. But in terms of just going over it like quickly and what I did, I pretty much like handmade around like 30 prospects, I'd say. And then the rest of them are from, I think, the 2020, one of the like default like 2028 draft class that you'll see online, like on the, you can pick a draft class. So a lot of the like second round players are going to be from that draft class, but I created about 30 players in it. So yeah, I was going to create a whole 60, but that was taking forever. So I just went with 30, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I think there's definitely some interesting players in this draft class. We have the 10th pick, which, we'll go over all of this eventually. But I just wanted to intro everybody into the episode. We will look at this combine a little bit. We'll look at the pre-draft workouts really shortly, and then we'll go into the usual showcase game that we have. One big story of this draft is, it's very common for there to be brothers, not very common, but it's on the occasion there will be brothers in the draft, that there will be twins in the draft. But how about triplets? This, I think, from what I know, is the first triplet draft ever, with Daniel Ryder, Brandon Ryder, and Abe Ryder. Now, Daniel and Brandon are more of blue chip prospects. They are both very good. Daniel did go down with an ACL injury, so he will not even be playing in his first season. But he is a very good prospect, very athletic, big power forward. Brandon is a good point guard. He can distribute the ball. He can score it pretty well. And Abe is more of like a down and dirty player. He kind of went under the radar of a lot of colleges. He didn't go to the same college as Brandon and Daniel. He went to USC instead of UCLA, where his brothers went. He's a more of a down and dirty player. He'll get the defense done. He'll hustle and stuff, but he's not as favorable as the other two prospects for sure. Sean Kemp is a nice shooting prospect. David Dang is a lengthy Sudanese prospect, very raw for sure. Has a lot of potential though, if he can actualize, his physical, body lets him. Cam Trice, if we were able to get somebody like him, that would be insane. He is big, 6'11", 240. He is strong. He is aggressive around the rim. Great defender. If he somehow falls to us, and I'm going to say this year, I will not be doing the picks for everybody because we're at the point where in these draft classes where I just want it to be a little bit more of a surprise. I don't want to have to pick for every single team. I'm going to let the other teams pick for themselves this time just to see how it goes. So I'm going to let that happen. So if Cam Trice does somehow fall to us, that would be the perfect pick for us because we need a good defensive center. He is fantastic defensively. He is big. He can block some shots. He can dunk the ball. That would be pretty nice. Shake Dotson, very undersized. He's 5'11", but he can score the piss out of the ball. He's a fantastic scorer, but he is really small. So it's a give and take with him, You're gonna get a really, really good scorer, but he's less than 6 foot. He's probably one of the only players less than 6 foot. Jamal Chandler, he is a freight train going towards the rim. He's beefy. He's strong. He's good defensively. He can throw it down. He can block some shots. He cannot shoot the ball though. We went over Abe Ryder. Mitch Joseph was more of a steady point guard, I'd say. He can do kind of everything decently well. Doesn't really excel anywhere, but a nice probably backup point guard on a team, and yeah, very solid, I would say. Chase Jackson out of England is a 6'6" point guard, kind of a Josh Giddey type of player, and he's out of England, so it's going to be interesting how he adjusts to the game. Jackson Tyler, I think he's just 7'2" big. He's big. He can get some rebounds. He can block a little bit of shots, but he's just more of a big guy who can rebound the ball, defend in the paint, and throw down some dunks. Not a whole lot of dunks, but a good amount. Reese Coleman is one of the most talented players in the draft, but he's 22. He's very old, but he's a very complete player, I would say. He's 6'7". He plays the forward position. He can shoot the ball pretty well, defend pretty well. He can pretty much do everything, but he's just a bit older. Another old prospect is Jake Harris, who is a 7'1" center, who is a bit. He's more of a shooting center. The more the Kristaps Porzingis type of center. He can not the most athletic for sure, but he can hit some shots. Bobby Gibson, more traditional center, can get it done in the post a little bit, but he's only 6'8". He's pretty small. He's a good rebounder, good in the post, but he's small. Harrison Bishop, kind of a defensive player. He's athletic, can play some good defense. Noah Campbell from Australia, kind of a smaller Domantas Sabonis. Good passer, good in the post, good at rebounding. That's mainly what he does. Felix Harris, he's a lot of potential. He's got long arms. He's got a nice driving game. Not the best shot though. And then it gets into some more like, once you get down to these like 20 picks, it's kind of like, unique pawns. He's got a very interesting game. He can kind of do it all, but he's just got a very odd game, to say that. Maybe a very unique game. That was stupid as hell. Not the best shooter, but he can finish it around the rim. He defends pretty well. He can rebound the ball very well. Very hustle player. Benny LaRue. He's a great, pretty good defender. Can just distribute the ball pretty well. And I think he can hit the mid-range shot pretty well. Not the best three-point shooter, but can do everything else pretty well. And then some of these guys I'm not as familiar with. I made some of these guys. Jameer Jones. He's just the scorer type of player. He can score the ball really well. Ken Miles, very athletic. Can shoot the ball a bit. 6'7", small forward shooting guard. He can shoot, like I said, he can shoot the ball a bit. He can dunk it down a bit. It's a very fun draft class, in my opinion. Nate Booth, he's a really small point guard, 6'1", but he actually defends very well. He can even block shots at 6'1". He's a 6'7" wingspan. I'm not meaning for everybody to have 6'7" in there. That is not intentional. But very interesting player. And yeah, that's most of the guys that we'll be talking about today. Floyd Addison, he can shoot the ball pretty well. Bruce Wesley is another good defender and shooter. Some of these guys probably shouldn't be in here. I'm gonna delete some of these guys because Cameron Carr should not be in here. He is already in the league. That is my bad. I will get him out of here. Cale Chambers is just a typical center. No hate, but just like your average center. Glenn Sanders, I think, is kind of a more do-it-all kind of center. He can defend, but he can do a bit more. But he's also he's got a weird kind of game. How he'll fit in is a bit strange, but yeah, that is most of the draft class. Most of the notable players from the draft class. I'm gonna get Cameron Carr the hell out of here, and then we'll go through our pre-draft workout stuff. All right, so I'm not gonna go through this too in detail, but I'm not on the right team. Ignore this. Men in Black mind wipe device. For our pre-draft workout, we invited some guys. Not gonna go into it in too detail, but we invited all these guys, and the main takeaway that I want you guys to know is we either are going for a center or a defender. Those are the two main things that I'm looking for in this draft, because that's what our team needs. And I want, and if he falls, if Cam Trice falls, I'm taking him. I'm gonna trade up for it if he falls to 4. Hello, everyone. We do not need to hear the Star Spangled Banner. Now, we're doing this year's draft combine showcase game a little bit differently, because this is actually live commentary from me. Also, I'm using different sliders that are supposedly made for more CPU versus CPU stuff, so hopefully the gameplay should be a little bit better than it usually is, because I usually am using the me versus the CPU stuff. Wesley to the basket, nice layup. But yeah, I'm going to be doing live commentary this time, because why not? I thought it would be a little interesting change up. Got Sean Kim in the game, giving it to Ryan Ryder. Ryan Ryder's got the ball back. He's got his teammate on the court with him over in that right-hand corner. He's going to pull up, miss the mid-range shot. Dylan Ryder rebounding the ball, kicking it up to Tyler, who's just a little bit too big for Ken Miles there. I'm just going to lay it up right over him. He is at 7'2". He misses it. Jamal Chandler with the rebound, who is another physical specimen. That we have a lot of those in this draft, I will not lie. Dylan Ryder with the 3 hits it. He is a 6'8" power forward, strong, very athletic, and can hit some shots as well. They have a very athletic group on the court right now. Jamal Chandler using that screen, driving to the paint, kicking out to Jackson Tyler, who hits the mid-range shot. So I'm impressed that he made that, and if he's able to hit that consistently, it'll surely raise his draft stock. Nice steal by Sean Kim there, running the fast break. Easy layup for him. The shot, who misses it? Cam Trice on the inside. Brother v. brother. Passing it to Wesley. Wesley using the screen. Pulling up in the corner. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice shot there from Wesley. But nevertheless, Chase Jackson, the 6'6" point guard. Working some off the ball. You love to see that. Again, if you're a scout. Because, you know, if a guy that's 6'6" and plays a point guard position can also play off the ball, that is just perfect. Dotson, pull-up 3, hits it. Showing off the scoring repertoire. He passes it up, all the way up to Jake Harris, who dunks it down. He's more of an outside presence as a big, but, I mean, if he's going to be open in the paint, he's going to be able to dunk it down. Showing why he is very, very raw. Mitch Joseph, step back. Oof. He got him with that step back. That was beautiful. Jamal Chandler, he rebounds the ball like he's a big man. Nice pass inside and nice finish by Kim, showing off his offensive game. Ryder passes up to Tyler, who kicks it to the corner. Sean Kim hits it. He is a good shooter. You cannot leave him open. Back to Joseph. Joseph has been a steady point guard. That's my best describing word for him, is steady, because he is consistent. He does everything pretty well, nothing really well. I think he will be like the perfect backup point guard for his whole career. That's how I see him. Joseph taking the ball up, taking his time. He's got 2 seconds, 1 second, pulling up 3. Oof, almost rims in. But I guess if he's open, he's gonna take it. Maybe that's like a threat. Nice pass there from Trice on the inside. Spin, behind the back. Bobbles it, goes up, hits the layup. I guess it doesn't matter how you get it as long as you get it. What more could you want from a player? Nice pass, great finish from Brian Ryder. Good pass from Sean Kim. Holding it. To Blake Wesley driving, going up with the layup. Good finish. Wesley running the break. Passes it to Trice, who pump fakes, goes up with it. Good stuff from the big fella. I would love to see more of the... Okay, they're calling timeout. I think the bench players are going to come in. I was just about to say, I'd love to see more of these other guys. I I know it's on short minutes and they're trying to play the starters a lot, but I have the minutes distributed pretty fairly, so figure we'd see a lot of everybody else. Oh, we're calling a timeout and we're barely subbing in anybody. Never mind. That's fine. Ryan Ryder pulling up, hitting the mid-range shot. Nice shot from him. Back to Travis, wide open. This is it. Trice puts it back in. Nice rebound and put back by Trice. It's Joseph working on Brian. Wesley from deep. Oh my God, he is stroking that thing. Pause. Shake Dotson, one of the most exciting players back in the game. Gives it down to Campbell on the inside. Ooh, nice post move. Hey, he's only been in for a minute, but he's showing what he's got in that 1 minute. He's going straight to the rim. That's it. Oh my God! Trey Darling setting that off the backboard aggressively. That was disrespectful. Showing off the athleticism. Oh my God, that was disgusting. Dotson hits the three. Nice pass there. Type of play, he just is smaller. But if he can play better defense, I mean, he's gonna be better than Sabonis. Nah, that was disrespectful. I'm sorry, Sabonis. I did not say that. But he gets the block. I mean, what more could you want? Showing off the defensive prowess. He looks good, man. He looks good. If we could get him, or Trice, or both, I'm getting greedy. Ooh, almost forcing the turnover there. The fouling almost worked if they could have forced a turnover there. Dylan Ryder, though, hitting the shot. Maybe we should use some subs. They don't care about subs. Dylan Ryder gets another bucket. He heard me talking mess. He said, oh, let me get some more points. But it matters. But yeah, that's going to be the Combine Showcase. Blake Wesley's got 14. Cameron Trice had 8. Sorry, Cam Trice. I'm Cameron. He had 8 rebounds, though. Good stuff from him. Abe Renner, 4 points. Went to the line a couple times. Chase Jackson had some good buckets. Mitch Joseph moved the ball well. Amari Travis, he had a block. Ken Miles didn't really do much. Coleman didn't. We didn't see a lot of guys, and that's okay. We're going to get to see their careers throughout. It's kind of sad that they didn't play the other guys much. Bruce, I think I was calling him Blake Wesley. If I was calling him Blake Wesley, I'm sorry. Bruce Wesley. Wait, I'm looking at just the first quarter. There we go. 14 points. 2 for 7 from 3, but he started off 2 for 2. And the other ones they don't count. So he shot the ball really well. Brandon Ryder got 9. Dotson had 8 in only 5 minutes, showing his scoring prowess. Kim had 7. He also got 2 steals. He's got quick hands. Daniel Ryder had a couple in the closing 4th quarter. Jamal Chandler was aggressive towards the rim. Didn't make any shots, though. Jackson Tyler played some good defense, got some good rebounds. Noah Campbell got 2 points in 2 minutes. He also had an assist at Dotson. Joe Harris got 2 points. Yeah, just a quick little draft showcase. Not too much going on. Just want to familiarize ourselves with some of the prospects. Not all of them. We can't obviously go through all of them, but I feel like I've talked about all of them enough that now that me going through them, you kind of are familiar with a lot of it. So now we can get to the draft. Let's get into it. So, first overall pick in the 2028 NBA draft. The Pelicans have it, and they will be taking Harrison Bishop. That was not on my bingo card. I did not expect him to get taken. Maybe they wanted the wing. I'm not sure. He was not who I thought would be taken first, that's for sure. The Raptors are up next with a number 2 overall pick. They traded Scotty Barnes for this pick. They select Jamal Chandler. Wow. Jamal Chandler, very athletic, great defender, great driver to the hoop. Very athletic, very strong. I think that's a really good pick for them. Next up is the Vegas Vipers. He obviously has one of the highest verticals in the draft. He's a great athletic talent. The Vegas Vipers up next. They take Jake Harris. Interesting. I did not have him going this high either. He's a great shooter, as the scout is saying there, but I did not have him going this high. The Bulls are up next. I'm starting to get into the range where I would think about trading up. The Bulls are on the clock. Who will the Bulls be taking? Glenn Sanders. So they go with the... Okay, that's an interesting pick. Makes sense. Anthony Davis is getting older. They want a replacement in that area. But that's the center they go with? I mean, he's a very different center than you know, Cam is, but he's a little bit more of a do-it-all center. He can shoot it a little bit better. He can defend. He's got some ball handling. He can defend the perimeter a bit and the inside, you know. He's a really well-rounded center. Jake Harris getting picked this high. This is an awful pick. I don't mean to rain on anybody's parade. This is why I usually do the picks, just saying. Seattle is up next. Now, Seattle. I'm doing this from the Kings' perspective. I'm thinking about this from the Kings' perspective because I am the Kings. What does Seattle's team look like? Can I look at their team if I propose a trade? What does their team look like? Do they need a center? Do I think they'll go center? They have Vucevic. He's obviously expired. They have John Collins. He's expired. They could very easily go for a center here. Who is on the board? Do I think they would go for center? I don't think Cam Trice is the best prospect on the board right now. I would have Daniel Ryder going before him. I called him Dylan that whole time. Daniel Ryder, sorry. Going before him. He is injured though, so that could make him fall. I would have Brandon Ryder probably going before him too. So I feel okay waiting one more pick. Actually, no, I don't, because the Hornets don't need a center, so they would 100% be taking him with that pick. So I am going to use both of our picks here and try and trade up to this pick. I must pass them. Now, I don't know if this would work. 11 and 21 for 5. That may not work. We might have to throw in some extra stuff, but let's just see. Offer has been declined. Do I want to override? No. Okay, let's try and maybe throw in hey, you can have a second round pick back. Declined. Okay. I don't want to throw in any more first, but I'll throw in another second. If this doesn't work, that's okay. Okay. We'll decline, and we'll hope to God the Hornets don't take him. The Sonics take Ken Miles out of Texas A&M. Wow. Nice three-point shooter, nice athlete. Couple of good guys coming out of Texas A&M. Ken Miles, interesting pick. The Charlotte Hornets. I'm not even going to try and trade with them because, I mean, maybe I may as well try, right? May as well try. 11, 21 for your pick, Charlotte. Number 6. It's been declined. I'll throw in a second. Declined. Okay. We'll let it ride. We'll let it ride. Don't take him, please. Oh my God, Brandon Ryder. Okay. Okay. Okay, the Warriors. I don't think they need a center here. But again, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm going to try and trade up. Now, I'm not trading as far up here, so I really don't even want to give up, like, both picks if possible. Maybe that's crazy to say, but where are the Warriors? Why am I tripping? I'm going to offer 21 and like a swap for next year. Like, I don't even... Can I not give up 11? Or maybe I give up, like, 21 and then, like... Can I do, like, a... 10 protected? Like, would this be... Is this a crazy trade? They declined it. What if I throw in a second round pick? 1 second round pick. Declined. Okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We'll wait till the Raptors pick. Surely they don't take him. The Warriors want Keon Johnson and Rui Hachimura for this pick. No. They take Shake Dotson. Wow. Oh my god, he's falling. Cam Trice is falling. We have to get this next pick. That's actually a really interesting pick, considering they already have a scoring guard. So, it's interesting. We need this pick, because I'm getting to the point where, like, with the Raptors, okay, I mean, they have Hartenstein. They have all the other positions too, so there's no reason for them not to. Do you have any suggestions off of this? No, obviously not. What if I offered you, this package I was giving the other team? You get a pick next year. I'll even throw in a second rounder. You get 3 picks for this 1 pick. Really? Okay, whatever. Daniel Ryder, okay. So they trade Scotty Barnes and they get hopefully their future power forward. He will be out this year. And honestly, I'm gonna wait it out because I don't think these next 2 teams would take a center. They take a shooter, and they have Bam. They don't need to take a center, right? Am I gonna regret it? Wait, they're actually offering us the pick for Taylor Hendricks. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Does that make sense for them? I mean, it kind of does. They'd get better. I love Taylor Hendricks, though. I loved him on this team. Oof. But we'd give up our pick next year? No. Wow, okay. He fell to us. We didn't even have to trade up. They get Mitch Joseph, and Cam Trice is here. He fell to us somehow. I don't even know how this is possible. He was going second in the mock drafts. Wow. We get Cam Trice out of Auburn. That is the exact pick we needed. I am so happy with that. I'm not even going to have to worry about trading or anything else. Pelicans get... Wait, they're offering us this pick. Wait, what? What is this trade? So we get this pick and Sam Merrill, and we give them our pick next year and our later pick. Huh. I don't know. Kind of want to do that. Can I do it with this pick having like a top 10 protection? Wow, okay. That was easy. All right, we have another lottery pick. Just like that, we got our center. Wow, okay, we could do a lot of stuff here. Wow, I was not expecting this, to be honest. Okay, so just looking at the mock... I need to look at what our team looks like. Wow, this is going a way I did not expect. So we got Cam Trice, which is really great. So we have a center now. And some of these guys are leaving in the offseason. I feel like our wings are pretty good, but we could always use depth there. Maybe a 3-and-D. I mean, hey, he was showing out in the showcase game. Where is he? Bruce Wesley was showing off in that showcase game, so I would not mind going for him. He's a good rebounder, good defender. Right now I'm between him, Trey Darling, just for the potential, but he might be there at our next pick. I mean, if he falls, I don't know if he would fall or not. And maybe like we can go shooting with Sean Kemp because we do lack shooting. But you know what? Bruce Wesley played so good during that showcase game, and he was shooting the ball really well. I'm happy to take him out of Texas. There will be many in the media that will see this as a surprise pick. I, for one, am sold. not only on Wesley's upside, but on what he can bring to the table in his rookie season. I'm happy with that. The Pacers are on the clock. Karl Anthony Towns for this pick. No. They take Derek Richmond. I think that's a good pick for them. I like that pick. They take Nate Booth, get a backup point guard. That makes a lot of sense for them. He's also pretty good defensively. Bobby Gibson going to the Bucks. They get a center to replace Miles Turner, who they traded. Sean Kemp going to the Bulls. They get some shooting, which they need. That's a good pick for them. Trade. Everybody's trying to trade with us. Keegan Murray, absolutely not. They take Abe Ryder. I think that's a good pick for them as well. Most of these picks are pretty good picks. Unique Pawns, one of my favorite players in the draft just because of his name. He's going to go to the Jazz. Knicks take Reese Coleman. I think that's a really good pick for them as well. That's a really good pick for them, actually. David Dang going to the Pelicans. I love that pick. He's a potential guy, and they could use some power forward depth, so I really like that pick, actually. Trey Darling, they also go potential there. Damn, that sucks. Wait, we traded away this pick. Okay, we traded away this pick for the other one. I guess that makes sense. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Noah Campbell going to the Pacers. That's cool. I'll go through the first round and skip the rest of it. Amari Travis going to the Lakers. Felix Harris going to the Thunder. That is a very Thunder pick. Chase Jackson, 6'6" point guard. He fell a lot. Wow. Going to the Timberwolves. That's a great pickup for them. Cale Chambers to the Pelicans. They get center depth. They kind of need that. Not familiar with him. Jack Tyler going to the Nets. Keon Anthony. Shout out him. I know who that is, but I obviously didn't create him. And a lot of these guys I didn't create anymore. These were not my guys. That is going to wrap up the first round. And we don't have any second round picks, so we're going to send to the end. I think that was a fantastic draft from Wes. We moved around a lot, but we got two really good rookies in... Where is he? Oh yeah, I fell all the way down to Cam Trice. We got him. He's one of the best rookies. Again, I don't know why he fell. And we got Bruce Wesley as well, who might not be the highest overall, but in his showcase game, he played fantastically, and he sold me on him, so I'm completely fine with that. Reese Coleman, like I said, he's one of the best players in the draft. He is older, though, so he fell all the way to the Knicks. That's a fantastic pick for them. Pelicans getting Darling and Dang. That's two potential picks. I really like those for them. That makes a lot of sense. Chase Jackson falling a lot. Really interesting to me. And yeah, that's going to be the draft. So we got two very good rookies. The biggest surprise, I think, was Harrison Bishop falling or being taken first overall. That made no sense to me. But that's going to be the draft. And obviously, we're going to sign both of our rookies. Make sure everybody else signs their rookies. And then I'll go over all of the free agency stuff. All right, the rookies have been signed. I am very happy with our rookie class. I think, I think Cam Trice is the perfect pick for us. He's exactly what we needed. And I think Bruce Wesley fits perfectly into the mold of players that we're trying to get to fit into our team. So I'm really happy with that. I think some of the teams that did really good in the draft, the Knicks getting Coleman, I think is a really good pick. I think the Raptors went out with highway robbery. Obviously, they traded Scotty Barnes to get highway robbery. But they got, where is he? Jamal Chandler, who has a lot of potential, very athletic. And they got Daniel Ryder, who is arguably one of the best players in the class. He just tore his ACL. So he's going to be out for a season. But you got two of the best players in the draft. So, like, you can't be much happier than that. One of the worst teams, I think, was this team that took Jake Harris. I mean, he's good. He's a good player, but they took him third overall. And they took a center last year who actually was injured a lot this year, which isn't great. But I didn't understand that pick at all. I'm just going to be straight up. Another question mark was the Shake Dodson to the Warriors. I guess they're looking for their next Steph Curry, but 5'11" is pretty small. So It's going to be interesting to see what he can do alongside someone like Eddie Marks, who, neither of them can really defend too much, so it's going to be interesting to see those two play together. But yeah, I think that was a really interesting draft. I loved where a lot of the players went and didn't like where some of them went. Now to look at our player and team options. We're obviously going to pick up Kingston Flemings. We're going to pick up Nate Clifford. Keanu Ellis is coming back as we assumed he would. Not that we wanted him to, but we assumed he would. So yeah, I'm going to make sure everybody else is keeping the right players, and then we'll keep moving forward. Okay, and we're officially in free agency. So as for qualifying offers, the main thing we did, we offered Raynell and Cardwell just because we like both of them. As players on our team and just as locker room guys, I think both of them are good. The rest of these guys either didn't show me enough for me to offer them the qualifying offer, or, maybe we might offer them something, but not the qualifying. Yeah. I could see Wieskamp coming back on a two-way. Maybe, I think we probably will let Conwell walk. Same with Tugler and Owen. But yeah, those are our qualifying offers. And this is free agency. There is some guys here, Jalen Brunson, Luka Doncic. Some of these guys probably will return. Stephon Castle's probably going to return. Keyshawn George will probably return. A lot of these guys will return. Sabonis is obviously here. Ignore the expected money. Because I do contracts manually. But there's a lot of guys. I don't know how much money we'll be spending. I don't know how many moves we'll be making. But there is a lot of guys that could end up on teams here. This is a pretty stacked free agency class just in terms of the amount of players. But we'll see. I think a lot of these top guys are going to go back to their teams. But like Pascal Siakam, I don't know where he will go. But next time you hear from me, you will know where these people went, because we'll be going over it. So I will see you guys then. All right, one of our first trades of the offseason, the Atlanta Hawks are getting Dante DiVincenzo to help with their guard depth. They're giving up Mohamed Gay, who he's decent. He's 25. He's a little bit young. They're also giving up Bruce Brown, who's really just salary filler and a second-round pick. The Hawks desperately need some guard depth, despite them having a lot of guards. So DiVincenzo is going to help them a lot there, help them with shooting. Mohamed Gay is kind of buried in a pretty deep forward rotation, so not like he would be getting a lot of minutes anyway. So it's a win-win for both teams. Boom, another trade. This one's got Brandon Ingram going to the Nuggets with Isaiah Hartenstein for Aaron Gordon, Julian Strother, a first and a second-round pick in the future. The Raptors are obviously resetting. They traded Scotty Barnes before the draft to get a second overall pick, and now they're trading more for some, expiring salary and a young player who he had an okay year last year, but not one of the, Nuggets' better players. And they're getting Brandon Ingram and Isaiah Hartenstein, who's a great backup center, also, a great starting small forward. Because the Nuggets, they haven't won once in our entire sim, and they're getting antsy. They haven't even been they've only been making the play-in, really. So they have to make a move, and this is going to be it. Aaron Gordon is getting older. He's regressing. They also have Yaxel Lindenberg, who can take his spot. So they feel pretty okay with this. And the Raptors are getting back some young players and picks in the future. And they already knew they were going to be doing this. I actually think they would also give up another pick in the future. Maybe keep the second round pick and get 2 firsts, just because I think Brandon Ingram is really good. He averaged 23 points, which was almost a career high. He shot the ball really, really well. I think that makes sense. Both teams will accept this deal. Okay, one of the last trades we'll be doing today is a big one. It is a very big one. Karl-Anthony Towns is going to the Suns. The Suns are giving up Mark Williams, Jalen Green, Kobe Brea. Jalen Green and Kobe Brea are going to go to the Pacers. And the Pacers are giving up Pascal Siakam, who's going to the Knicks, and Nesmith, who is going to the Suns. So the Suns are getting Nesmith and Cat for Mark Williams, Jalen Green, Kobe Brea. The Pacers are getting Jalen Green, Kobe Brea, 2 second-round picks for Pascal and Nesmith. But they've been bad. They need to retool. Nesmith hasn't been great for them. But he is a good defender, so he can help the Suns in that aspect. The Knicks also have not been great, so they're getting rid of Towns, getting in a decent defensive-minded center who is kind of like you can always kind of have like a Mitchell Robinson out there. You have two versions of him, and they're also getting Pascal Siakam to run their four. So yeah, that's going to be the trade. Obviously, all teams are going to accept. And with the final trade of the offseason, Domantas Sabonis will be leaving the Kings after being with us for so long. He will be leaving, and he will be going to the Bucks. I'm trying to work out a deal here where we get Harrison Barnes, who's kind of just a salary dump, Mohamed Gay, who is a decent, forward, who the Bucks got for DiVincenzo. And I'm trying to get us picks here. I would like to either get like a couple of seconds or a first. And now they're wanting Julian Barnes. Now, I think I'm willing to throw in Julian Barnes if it's for a first. I think I could do that. So I'm going to ask for this 31st. They're going to say no, they're not interested in this. Okay. What if I threw in this second? Would they be interested? No, they're still not interested. All right. What about, a different first? What about this 2031 first, the Bucks pick? They interested in that? They are not. You'd have to throw in a second round pick. But you know what? I think we're going to do it. We get to upgrade from a second round pick to a first round pick. And we're getting off of Sabonis. We're getting Mohamed Gay back. We're really just focused on the pick that we're obtaining here. Now, honestly, Sabonis did not have that much value. And it was really between two teams for a team that would want him, which was the Las Vegas Vipers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Both teams make sense because they lack a lot of center depth, and the Bucks don't have their pick next year, so being a little bit more competitive would be better for them. And they also weren't even too far off of being in the play-in, and the Vipers were in a pretty similar scenario, but I wanted to focus on getting Sabonis not in the West because the West is stacked, and I want to, probably, try and keep it, less stacked and give more players to the Heat, or the East. I don't even know why I just said the Heat, but yeah, so that will be the last trade of the offseason. Hope you guys are happy with all the moves. There was a couple big ones in there, and we're moving off Sabonis, so a lot of big moves. Hope you guys we're happy with all those trades, and now we're just gonna get to finishing up free agency, going through player progression, and then ending off the episode. I know it's been a bit of a longer one, but I want to get through everything so then we can just get to next season in the next episode. Alright, so to end off the video, we're going to be going through all of the rosters and their player progression, which should be fun. We will start with the 76ers and work through the teams rather quickly. They didn't have many moves. They did lose a couple players in free agency just because they didn't really have the money to re-sign them. I believe they lost Justin Edwards, but they re-signed Jared McCain, and I think they lost Cole Anthony as well. Obviously, the Bucks added Sabonis. They had a lot of progression through their players. I'm not going to go over all the moves and all the progression, but you can see them all there on screen. Modest Buzel has progressed a lot. Josh Giddey went down a bit. They added Caleb Love, DeAndre Ayton, just some depth pieces. They're trying to be like not a great team, but a young, decent team. Some progression from Wagner, some regression from a couple guys. Yeah. The Celtics obviously getting a little better in some places, a little worse in some places. I think their roster is mostly the same. They added CJ McCollum, and I think that was like their main pickup. The Clippers re-signed a couple players. Cam Christie progressed a lot. He also got re-signed. Zubac's re-signed, I believe. They added Cole Anthony as well. As he's going to be a nice backup for them. They're going to be a really good team. The West is like stacked. It is ridiculous how good the West is. Some progression from the Grizzlies, a little bit of progression from Kawhi. They just brought back most of their guys. Same for the Hawks, they obviously added DiVincenzo, but a lot of just re-signing, like they re-signed Reece Shea, stuff like that. The Heat brought some of their guys back. I believe they signed Vucevic. They signed like Marvin Bagley, but some progression with Kobe Buffkin, which is interesting. But Scoot Henderson, I think he progressed the most out of any player. He went up 9 overall points. He is the best player on the Hornets, which is crazy because they drafted a point guard. So I don't even know I don't know what they're gonna do there. But yeah, their team progressed a lot. They also added Kyle Filipowski, getting some centers in the door because they don't have great centers. And yeah, it's their main moves. Keontae, Ace progressing a little bit. Scotty Barnes staying the same. Collier progressing. Most of their team progressing though. Looking good. They lost a couple players, but they also added a couple other players like Malik Thomas, Pajimski, just for some depth. This is our team. Jayshawn Oakley went up 5 points. He is an 80 overall. That's nice. Kingston Flemings went up 3. Keegan Murray stayed the same. Taylor Hendricks went down. Ty Jerome went down. I don't know why Taylor Hendricks went down, but Ty Jerome went down probably because of his age. We obviously Harrison Barnes regressed some. Sam Merrill regressed some, but I'm not as worried about those guys as much as I am these two guys progressing a lot, which I like to see. The Knicks regressing a bit. They obviously added Pascal Siakam, but for the most part, their team is pretty similar. Just going through the teams, you can look at who they added. Austin Reeves regressing a bit. Some progression from Luka. They added Bones Highland, Chris Murray, Kalkbrenner. It was a good add for them. The Magic looking pretty similar. Not many changes at all from them. Kyrie Irving regressing a bit. Some progression from their younger guys, but their team is looking also very similar. Same from the Nets, but a lot of progression because their team is very young. So a lot of their guys progressed. They have a really good team. Obviously, the Nuggets are very different. They added Brandon Ingram. They still have Jamal Murray, but they also have Lindenberg, who is going to probably be taking Aaron Gordon's role. But yeah, not too many changes. They added Hartenstein and Rob Williams as well for more center depth, which is very good for them. A little bit of progression from the young guys on the Pacers. A lot of progression from the Pelicans players. Same for the Pistons. Some progression for the Raptors, but their young guys they just drafted. One of them is injured and is going to be out for a while, and the other one is going to be playing next year, so there's that. Lots of progression from the Rockets players. Reed Shepherd goes up 5 points. Bronny went up 4, who they signed in the offseason to be playing their shooting guard position. Amin went up 2. I believe they also signed Jay Williams. I believe that's who they signed. I believe they signed him this year. Also picked up Clintman and a couple other people. Their older guys are regressing a lot. Steven Adams, Fred VanVleet, Najee Marshall, all regressing, but they got a couple new guys in the door. The Spurs added Drew Holiday for a minimum, which is pretty nice, and they also added Grayson Allen for a minimum, so adding in some shooting and defense is nice for them. Obviously, the Suns team looks a lot different. They added a couple guys in trades. They picked up Todd Pettiford as a young point guard who hopefully can work out better here than he was on the Wizards. Also picked up just some depth, Scottie Pippen Jr. It'll be nice to have because they've been lacking point guard depth. The Sonics picked up Anthony Davis for 3 years. Nobody really wanted to sign him. He has been bad, but the Sonics said, hey, we'll take a shot. We need a decent center. They also got Bobby Portis, who is also regressing. They got Brandon Clark, Dennis Schroeder. They picked up some older guys, hopefully can help their younger guys get a bit better. Not much changes from the Thunder's side of things. Well, I mean, they have some progression and stuff, but in terms of free agency acquisitions, the Timberwolves re-signed Julius Randle. He could be dealt at some point, but they didn't want to deal him right now. They signed him on a okay deal, 4 years, $112 million. So they didn't overpay him or anything, so they brought him back. Portland kept most of their guys. They brought in Kristaps Porzingis for more center depth because I feel like they were lacking that. Obviously, you got Jan Hansen, but I feel like he hasn't been super great for them. So having Kristaps Porzingis helps a lot. This guy, I don't even know what's going on with him. Apparently, like, I don't know. This is really odd to me. He went up 72 points, which means he was a 0 overall. So this is like some kind of bug or something, but there's that. Cam Whitmore went up 3. That's nice to see. They added Justin Edwards from the Sixers. They were able to pay him. They got him in the door. Who else did they get? I think they added Brandon Williams. No, he might have already been here. Nope, they did. No, he was here. Yeah. They added Cam Reddish and a couple other guys. The Warriors, they added Christian Anderson, who wasn't even on a team last year, but he was just there and he's progressing pretty well. So teams probably should have been aware of him. They also had Malik Monk, Asa Newell. They took some shots on younger guys who weren't really solidified. Like they kind of paid a little more than the Hawks wanted to for Asa Newell and got him to come here. They got Badunga for some center depth. They brought back Tui. Eric Drew went up 5. That's good for them. As for this team, they didn't make too many changes at all. Brought back some of their guys. Chucky Hilliard went up 5 points. That's nice. And yeah, that was all the progression and most of the moves. So I'm gonna finish off this episode. I think it's gonna end up being around 50 minutes, which is crazy. But yeah, we're gonna be going into next season. So I'm gonna just skip through all the summer league stuff because I just can't be bothered with it. All right, and we're at All-Star City selection. This will be the last thing we do before ending off the video. Actually, we'll probably like auto-generate the class. But it's gonna be in Los Angeles, which is cool. It's pretty close to home. It's not at home, but it's very close. Who knows, maybe we can get an All-Star in there. I don't know, the West is stacked. But that'll be it for this episode. I know it was a long one. If you watched all the way, I don't know how you did that, but thank you. I just wanted to get all the off-season stuff done so that next episode we can start the season. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to keep up with the series. If you watched this whole video, you may as well subscribe because that's pretty crazy. Like the video if you enjoyed. And again, thanks for watching. See you guys.